winner of the New Jersey Press Association's Most Innovative Award.
Welcome back to Greater Media Broadcast News. I'm Susie Shea, bringing you the top headlines in New Jersey. Here's what's going on in your neighborhood. Christmas light spectacular, inclusion campaign, red light program goes dark, saving the farmhouse, and New Year's festivities. 225,000. That's the number of bulbs showcased in the Clues Christmas Light Spectacular in East Brunswick. But the display nearly went dark after a donation box for a local teen was stolen. The show has become an annual beacon for good causes, and this year's goal was to raise $5,000 for Mikey Nichols, who was injured while playing hockey for Monroe Township High School. However, the local community stepped up with some sizable donations, and the light display will shine on through January 3rd on Sterling Court. And here's Mark Rosman with more headlines.
Residents of Upper Freehold Township in western Monmouth County have formed a group that is seeking more information about the possible construction of a high-pressured gas pipeline through the municipality. Residents began asking questions after they observed surveyors working in the municipality. The citizens brought their concerns to the Township Committee, but they did not get much information because local officials were largely in the dark about the project. A spokesman for New Jersey Natural Gas eventually said the company is in the preliminary stages of an upgrade that could include the construction of a gas pipeline through Upper Freehold Township. The mission of Families for Responsible Pipelines is to encourage residents to come together and help determine what the safest route for a pipeline would be. The January 6th Township Committee meeting is expected to include a public hearing with representatives of New Jersey Natural Gas. For more information about this story, see this week's Examiner.
More than 100 advocacy groups have teamed up to oppose an environmental measure. What are they fighting against? Adam Ijago has the answer.
A proposal to construct a liquefied natural gas facility off the coast of Sandy Hook has drawn criticism from environmentalists, despite the Coast Guard's environmental impact statement claiming there would be little to minimal impacts. The facility, which has been proposed by Liberty Natural Gas, will connect to an existing main line and be capable of transporting 400,000 cubic feet of natural gas per day. Opponents of the facility claim that it's intended for the import of natural gas but might easily be reconfigured to export it in the future. They claim this would further incentivize hydraulic fracturing, the process by which companies extract natural gas from underground shale deposits. However, Liberty Natural Gas denies that it intends to export the gas in the future, and the Coast Guard has said the company would have to go through an additional permitting process and a subsequent environmental impact study. Both Governors Chris Christie and Andrew Cuomo could veto the project, but if they choose not to, the Maritime Administration would have the final say on whether to approve or deny the proposal. The release of the environmental impact statement on December 16th triggered a 60-day public comment period. 2 public meetings will be held, one on January 7th at the New York Hilton at JFK Airport from 4:30 to 8 o'clock, and one on January 8th at the Eatontown Sheraton in New Jersey from 4:30 to 8 o'clock. For more on the proposed facility and the ongoing debate, see this week's Independent newspaper.
And here are the headlines you need to know. New Jersey's red light camera program has gone dark. Implemented as a 5-year pilot program, the Photo Enforcement Initiative has been shuttered after some officials said it failed to improve safety on local roads. A coalition of advocacy groups is promoting inclusive education for students with special needs. The statewide campaign urges the integration of special education students into general classrooms. The measure was born out of litigation that led to the state agreeing to provide needs assessments to 75 school districts. The newly reorganized North Brunswick Historical Society has officially entered into a partnership with the township. Their mission: to preserve and restore one of the oldest surviving structures in town, the Pulda farmhouse. The township acquired the 70-acre plot of farmland in 2010 for approximately $22 million. Year after year, when the holiday hubbub dies down, the age-old question persists: what are you doing for New Year's Eve? For those seeking a different way to ring in 2015, check out some unique options in this week's editions of Greater Media Newspapers. And now we have Mike Pavlichko of Greater Media's WCTC with an update on Rutgers football. After that, we have Tim Morris with more on local sports.
Well, the Rutgers football team is in Detroit already for the Quick Lane Bowl against North Carolina of the ACC. The game this Friday at Ford Field with a 4:30 kickoff the day after Christmas. So Time for my breakdown of the game. These teams seem pretty evenly matched. North Carolina 6-6, Rutgers 7-5, and we could be in for a game with a lot of points. I'll tell you why. First, North Carolina, they're ranked 119th nationally in points allowed this season, allowing just under 39 a game. And it sounds like a defense that Rutgers and Gary Nova could really have a field day with if they get everything together, considering they have so many weapons. But North Carolina parted ways with one of their top defensive assistants before the bowl game, so there could be some unknowns on the Tar Heels defense on Friday. Rutgers, meanwhile, have to deal with a dual-threat quarterback in Marquise Williams, who, when you take out the sacks, has rushed for over 1,000 yards this year while still throwing it an awful lot. He's their leading rusher and passer, and it'll be interesting to see if the RU defense can contain him on Friday afternoon. It's teams from two Power 5 conferences going at it this Friday in Detroit. Might call 41-35 Rutgers, hopefully not in the Rolaids-inducing style that we saw in the season finale against Maryland for RU. A win gets Rutgers to 8-5 on the season. Told that just about any Scarlet Knight fan would have said in the offseason. For the first year in the Big Ten, where do I sign up? Next week, I'll have a final wrap, no, not that kind of wrap, on the season. I'm Mike Pavlichko on 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
As the last line of defense, the goalie is the most important player on the ice. He's the best skater on the team and the player who can most determine if his team is going to win or lose. Howell High School harbors championship ambitions in the Shore Conference A North this winter, and sophomore goalie Bobby Doveniro is one of the main reasons. Doveniro has been standing tall for the Rebels, who are off to a 4-2 start. He shows his flexibility, quick reflexes, and his focus during these series of saves in a recent game against Christian Brothers Academy. The sophomore's save percentage is near 92% this year, and a big reason why the Rebels are in the thick of the division title. With skaters swarming around and attacking the goal, it takes total concentration to follow the action and when and where shots are being directed at you. Doveniro is all focus as he wards off one shot after another. Tim Morris, Greater Media Newspapers.
A local fencer is sharpening her skills in preparation for the Olympics. Here's Taylor Lear.
Some athletes dream of representing their country in the Olympic Games, and for Avenel native Dagmara Wozniak, this dream became a reality. At a recent Woodbridge Town Council meeting, Wozniak, 26, was recognized for international and team competitions in saber fencing. In 2008, the young athlete was selected as part of the U.S. women's team in the 2008 Olympic Summer Games in Beijing, China, and went to be part of the team again in the 2012 Summer Olympic Games in London, England. Recently, Wozniak has been chosen to lead a new project titled Pursue It, a program to help fund up-and-coming athletes with their Olympic dream. As Wozniak prepares to participate in the 2006 Summer Olympic Games in Rio, she is excited for what fencing can bring to her future. For more information on Wozniak, read this week's Woodbridge Sentinel.
For more in-depth coverage and additional stories, see your Greater Media newspaper today. Keep up with the latest headlines at facebook.com/Greater Media Broadcast News. I'm Susie Shea, and from all of us at Greater Media, happy holidays.